Welcome back to another episode of the Sole Bros podcast. This is episode 2, man. We finally got another one. I am your host, Jerry Reed, and to my right, we got Jeremy, Elijah, Kwame, and Jody, and together we are the Sole Bros. Again, the purpose of this podcast is to explore and document our running journeys with purpose, passion, and positivity to elevate our mind, bodies, and souls one stride at a time. Again, appreciate y'all pulling up. Like, comment, subscribe. We got our own channel. Hit the little button. It's free. We appreciate y'all. We're trying to get to 100 subscribers, I think. That's when we can kind of try to make some money. So help a brother out. Help brothers out. I see what I did there. Yeah, man. What's up with y'all, man? How y'all feeling today, man? What's up?
Feel good, dog.
Sensational.
If you're watching this, you probably noticed that these fools have glasses on. Can you guys you probably you're operating like a light-skinned R&B group from the 90s. So explain the reason why you guys have these glasses on as we proceed.
Jody started it.
I did.
Tell them my Jody.
Following the last race.
Okay.
So this race, we all
yeah.
What's top 33?
Top 33.
Top 30. So technically y'all should be wearing shades too.
Technically.
But it's all right. We got y'all.
We're gonna work on that.
Yeah.
I'm not sponsored yet, so I don't have.
Okay.
I don't have shades yet, but I'm working on it.
Oh, you
working
can.
on
I got it.
We are working on
I got you.
sponsorships.
Yeah. So if you'd like to sponsor us, I'll let the Sole Bros.
Holla at the Sole.
Yeah, man. We came through and we conquered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Came through and did our thing, man.
Some people conquer more than others.
Yeah.
Speaking of, my man. Shout out to my dog Kwame.
Top 2.
Yeah, appreciate that, y'all. Appreciate it.
What's up?
I had to channel my inner Jody real quick on this. When I was working with your girl the other day, and I working with your girl the other day.
Okay.
We have a collab going.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
business collab.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about it.
So that's actually why I decided to wear shades today, because like the energy coming from that collab was.
Speak on the collab, dog.
Yeah, talk about it.
Yeah, so basically, I try to center our challenges that we do in the app.
Our
Bear Health.
There you go.
Okay.
There you go.
All right.
Yeah. So if you don't know, I'm CEO of Bear Health, and we try to center our challenges around
The big hips tight.
around cultural events. We want to, we don't want to be like, you shouldn't celebrate, you shouldn't, indulge and stuff like that. But after you do that, let's see what we can do to burn off some of those calories, or just kind of bring some health into the cultural celebration. And so we did the Mardi Gras Steps Challenge, where whoever took the most steps on our app won $5,000. People took a lot of steps. Top 10 walked like 700 miles. And so,
during the season, Mardi Gras season,
5 days.
5 days, somebody put up 700 miles.
Top 10 combined did 700 miles.
Damn.
The first place person did 150 miles alone in 5 days.
The fuck they was doing?
Walking and running. Yeah, it was mad. Most people thought he was cheating though. He did 100K in the first day. It was.
Was he in
miles.
the parade? Was he in the parades or?
No. He was actually staying away from the parades. He was trying to get that money.
Oh,
But who was verifying that?
I mean,
What you mean?
Bro, 100K.
It's been done. It's been done. Like,
son?
yeah. Right. I mean, it was like 50 miles. So anyway, that went really well. And we've been doing a lot of steps challenges, but I wanted to do something a little different with this festival, with the Fried Chicken Festival. So instead of like doing the challenge the weekend of, we're gonna do it the week after.
smart.
Right. So enjoy your weekend, Fried Chicken Fest, but afterwards, let's see if we can see how many calories we can burn. And so whoever burns the most calories, the top 10 will be entered in for a chance to win some cash. And so that's the collab. And then so you're in her fat girl, Natalie. She's one of the what they call it, she'll be on a stage at
At Fried
Chicken Fest.
Yeah.
One of the hosts.
Yeah.
one of the hosts. And so I don't exactly remember how we got to talking about doing a collab. It just kind of emerged. And then we put together that photo shoot and people loving it. So
Yeah.
we are, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people loving it. Shout out to Kwame, shout out to Bear Health, shout out to Natalie, your inner fat girl on Instagram. I believe that's her Twitter handle.
That's right.
Fried Chicken Fest is this weekend, so go out and enjoy yourself. And next week, get your steps in.
That's right.
Get logged on to Bear. There's a lot of things going on with Bear and the app. A lot of discounts associated with it.
Mhm.
So,
Just got another one today, 10% off Louisiana running.
see that?
Nice.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you double backed over there, huh?
Say that again.
You went.
I did. Well, no, I've been,
Okay.
Collaborating with them with Xavier.
Okay.
So we've always gotten discounts for the cross country program. But I took Erica and Prentice over there to get their shoes for doing the most in the NOLA Miles Club Miles Tracker a couple months ago.
What did they get?
New pair of shoes.
What specifically? I'm sorry.
Prentice got Asics and I think that Erica got Hoka's.
Okay.
But like they went through the whole foot
Shout out to Hoka.
evaluation process. They went through the whole foot evaluation process. I think it was like an informative and like empowering experience for them for sure. So happy that we did that.
Shout out to Louisiana Walking and Running.
Mhm.
Appreciate them. They have runs on Mondays at 6:30. It's a 3-mile loop or a 5-mile loop. So get over there. They have gear and stuff that you can also get your professional evaluation. They have a machine like Fleetfoot or
No, it's not so much a machine. They just have you walk back and forth up the hall in their shop, and then they watch kind of where you pronate or not, and then make a recommendation based on that.
They seem like a more naturalist kind of people, right?
Like low tech.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
low tech. Probably people that have been running in their entire life.
Mm-hmm.
They don't need much. I can tell what you need.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely seemed like very knowledgeable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of knowledgeable, we'll talk about the bridge run. Let's talk about these performances. Jeremy, what did you wear? I think you went with your Brooks. How did it perform? Let's talk about it. It seemed like you got them on.
Oh, these?
These.
Oh, my bad. Yeah. So these, the Glycerin Max, and I love them. Like 10 out of 10.
You got them early, right?
I was just about to say that.
I just wanted to.
Yeah. So the bridge run was technically 3 to 4 days, but prior to the actual release of these shoes. So
Exclusive.
but it was definitely for sure. I know we hadn't really trained as much for the elevation, and I didn't really feel as much impact as far as going on that incline as I knew I would if I had worn my regular shoes. So I was definitely pleased with it, and it's definitely that picking up of the knees. This makes it super easy. Like me and Kwame just got a run in, and it felt real easy to pick my feet up in these. So I'm gonna definitely enjoy these the more I get to train in them. But race day, they definitely, because these aren't really race day shoes.
That's what I was about to ask you.
These are definitely, like, I think they say they max trainers. So they really just all purpose shoes more than race day. So they're on the heavier side, but the way this foam is in here, the bounce gives it.
I think it's like 10 ounces.
Feel. Yeah, it's like 10 ounces. Yeah.
Really? Damn.
Yeah.
Did you feel that? Did you feel that weight? No.
No, the way because they got the little rock on the front, like they really
Right.
kind of roll like speed shoes. So, but the reviews I had watched was saying, like, although they heavy, like you could pick up speed in them, and they feel pretty good on the move. So I'm definitely pleased, and I'm looking forward to when they make a speed shoe with that tech in them, because I'm gonna definitely want the lightness with that same bounce and stability.
And what did you finish in them?
I did 27:30.
And what place was that?
It's 33rd. Yeah, I'm at the back end, you know what I'm saying? Holding it down for the regular people, you know what I'm saying?
33rd out of what? 1700,
just
24?
another 1700, man.
Yeah,
Nothing
some
crazy,
slight,
man.
yeah,
That's
good
slight work.
shit,
You know what I'm
bro.
saying? I told
Good
y'all
shit.
we warming up.
We got Elijah there.
We warming up, man.
Oh yeah, I'm about to verify the time. I was just count.
I mean, this shoe in particular, I know you've probably looked at a lot of the specs.
1,724. Sorry, Jeremy.
That's okay. You looked at a lot of the specs on the shoe. What was something that surprised you? Just out the
Well,
gate?
when I was listening to the just like the tech in it, it's like the midfoot, they put different amount of cushion than they put in the heel, so
Yeah.
that it is when you push off all that stuff works with you. And I could definitely feel the difference between, because I'll have a few Brooks and they don't perform like this. So that's why I'm like, they really got some, because Brooks not really as respected as far as technology as a lot of the other brands. And I think this will be a shoe that puts them in that combo.
Yeah.
The more people actually try them out. But definitely on the higher price point side for just a trainer. So I would say it is worth the money to me, but it is on the more expensive side. There are cheaper trainers you could get a lot of these
How much
shoes
were
right
they?
now. They were 200.
Yeah.
So that's a solid.
That's a solid
That's
shoe.
a high
mid-tier.
end for the
especially for a shoe that
trainers.
just dropped.
Right, and
You
it's
know what I
supposed
mean?
to be a shoe that with this extra cushion, it'll last you more miles. So definitely get the money's worth out of them. But I think, yeah, like I always tell everybody, man, your feet are investment. Like,
Yeah.
invest in something that's going to support you, keep your body feeling good, and so you can train effectively and not be as like tweaky as far as like knees and ankles and little stuff like that, stuff to keep you off the road. That's gonna slow all your progress down. So just investing in a good pair. And then and I got insoles in these just like every other shoe. Like even with all that foam, I'm still putting all the same little things, like things that work. Just keep doing that. Follow your blueprint to make sure you're taking care.
Elijah, you doubled with your New Balance V3s,
super comp.
Super Comp V3s. How did you perform? How did you
Um,
perform in them? I mean, a little different than the Saints 5K. The terrain's a little different. The incline is like essentially a mile going up. So, how did that shoe perform?
It performed good. You know, the carbon plate, New Balance it's always like a superior shoe in my opinion. But taking off was good. Just the incline, I felt like that was the most brutal part. But coming down, I've started to like get a little second wind, and right around the close to the finish line, I just wanted to take off. So I mean, very very good responsive shoes, and I think those are probably my favorite race day shoes so far.
Yeah.
Plan on switching them up soon though. They might be retired next race.
Uh-oh.
Might be retired, bro.
This man here. Jody, what did you wear?
Same thing.
Same thing,
Super
right?
Comp Elite V3s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you feel?
Kind of the same way as him. I don't think nothing could have prepared me for that incline.
Yeah.
It don't matter what I wore. That incline killed me.
Was it a mile up?
I think it was 2 miles because
I think it was 2 miles.
The top of the bridge was 2 miles, I believe.
Like I was just referring to like going up the incline.
So I mean, how far y'all think we ran coming off Terry Parkway to the HOV?
We
lane?
hit a mile.
I
Yeah,
think
it was a
we-
mile because that's where we got the water.
Oh, that was.
So-
So it was a mile.
But it was a legit mile from water to water.
Right.
You were still going up.
Yeah, because we had came.
Mhm.
Yeah, we were coming around that corner.
Yeah.
And then it was a straight mile up.
So
Yeah, so
you-
like
give or take, you can say a little over a mile if you counting
Yeah.
like from the initial
Right.
ramp.
Right. And like I said, I don't think nothing could have prepared me for it, but I feel like those shoes kind of gave me an edge going up. Because like I said, that energy I put into them, they were returning it.
Yeah.
They were returning. So I think that definitely gave me an edge going up. And then like he said, once we got to the top, it was all downhill. I think we hit like a 552, 550, coming around like that last 0.7. That's what I want to say. It was like 0.7. So we took off.
Yeah.
And I didn't even feel it. And this is after we just
Yeah.
ran 3 miles and a mile of it on going up 200 feet. You know what I mean? That last straight, we got out of there.
I think to that point, just my perspective, I probably thought more like Jeremy. Well, I tore my Achilles, right, and I have my knee, tore my ACL. So I was worried about the impact, right, going up an incline. If I would have wore the V3s, that's put more pressure on my Achilles. I don't know how I would have performed. Thought I would have just been smart to wear my Hokas. Lessen.
You feel like it would have been like too much energy return going back into your Achilles?
Yeah, I think so. I just didn't know how I would perform in that. So I was like, all right, let me be smart about it. I was fine going up. My issue was actually coming down.
Really?
Yeah, that was my biggest problem. I feel like I was overextending, putting a lot of heel force rather than landing in my midfoot. And when you guys took off, I think that's when the carbon plate worked, right?
Right.
I didn't have that in, I don't have my V3s in, so it's just like me just running. I'm like, oh well, fuck. I don't have that. I'm just running purely on
just whatever you got in the tank.
whatever I got in the tank.
Right.
So it's pros and cons to it. I think that's one of the good things about this, right? We can kind of talk through what your thought process was going into the race, how did it perform during it, and then after you kind of like, okay, what would have done differently if given another chance. We were talking about like during the race, like, man, we were all by each other. We were like, we're not doing this shit again.
Fuck that
Ever
race.
again. I was like, why
and
did I
then we-
sign up for this shit?
And then when we got down and finished, we're like, I might, I gotta run it again.
I mean, I wouldn't mind doing this again. Yeah.
I ain't
You know?
doing that shit again.
I'm gonna do it again.
Like
bro.
Debo,
Bro,
dog. When he,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
I
me,
be
I
quiet.
feel
When
like
he
I
leave, I'll be
gotta-
talking again.
I gotta conquer the incline. Like I gotta hit that bit with a better pace for me mentally, because I know I could have. Like I have a better idea of the course this time. Like I didn't know where we was going, where we was turning, what the actual finish line was, how close I was to it when we was by the convention center.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know where we was going. So like now I'll be able to. I could tell people running near me knew better than I knew by the way they picked their gears to speed up and when they sped up. And I was like, oh, all right.
Let's gather some insight from the guy that finished second.
Oh,
in the entire. No, you good. You good.
Shit, my slow.
You finished second. What was your thought process before the race, during the race? How did you kind of schedule where do you want to, your kick was, or, this part you wanted to pace yourself a little bit more? How did you gauge it?
Yeah, so I mean, going into the race, I had texted y'all like, "Hey, I might be able to win this thing if, based on the times from last year." And I forget who I was talking to, but after like a further evaluation, like I was gonna have to put up some real, splits to actually win based on last year's time. But just went in like with the goal of like trying to get like top 3, and at the start, when they said all the fast people come to the front, I only saw a couple people that looked like, and only a few people came in general to the front.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I got a really solid chance here. And then when we started first like 400, 800 meters or so, a lot of people took off, and, I could tell they were working. And there was this other dude, a guy who ended up winning, who just seemed like he was going to be able to hold his own for a while. And so I actually went over to him and asked him what his goal pace was for the race. And he told me it was 6 minutes per mile, which was my goal pace.
This is during the race, right?
Yeah, it's
That's crazy.
I just want to point that out for people that might be listening. Like, nope, they're having a conversation in the race about the race.
It was probably like 8-10 people in front of us at this point. And then slowly but surely over the course of the first mile, someone maintained the lead for the first mile, but he was pushing. And so like we weren't too worried about it. And so yeah, we kind of agreed that we were gonna, run together, try to hit our goal paces throughout the race. And so after the first incline, I was like, oh, what I'm saying, this it's not gonna be that bad. But then when you come down and you can look over to your left and see the whole, that was the most demoralizing moment of any race I've ever been in my life, because the bridge I had, or the little ramp I had just gone up, was, nothing to play with. But
Pause.
Not that.
I'll allow it.
Nothing to play with, but to look over, and it was far away too. Not only was it about to be a crazy incline, it looked pretty far away. So that that was demoralizing. And but yeah, he and I were working well together for the first like mile and a half or so. But once we got about halfway up the hill, he started to pull away, and between mile 2 and 3, someone started gaining on me. But once and I let him pass me. One thing I was actually trying to do before the leader pulled away from me, it was windy, it was sunny, and we were on an incline. And so, every opportunity you have to reduce the amount of friction that you're having to go up against, you take it, right? So first of all, this dude is like 6'3", 6 foot. He was a pretty tall dude. So I got behind him.
I was gonna let it slide.
Keep going, son. Just keep going. Son. No.
So I got behind him to like allow him to break the wind.
Break the wind, yeah.
Right. And Yeah, and also cover the sun, right? Because now my body's not having to work as hard to cool itself down. But those are just a few things that you should consider when you're racing. Just because it just, even if it only reduces the amount of effort by 0.1%, it all counts toward making you run more efficiently. So again, I tried to hold on as long as possible, but he just pulled away.
Nah, I feel you.
And so but yeah, somebody started to catch me toward the end. I let him pass me. Come on, Elijah.
Just let it go.
I
Just
let,
let it
I,
go,
let him, I
dog.
let him pass me, and then after we hit mile 3, I just started to pull away, and I finished pretty strong. I think my first mile was like 5:45, and my last mile was about the same. But my second mile was 6:42, so I slowed down a good deal in that second mile. But it felt good, man. It always feels good to finish really top 3. Doesn't matter like how competitive the race is, just like finishing in that space is just always an empowering experience. And I was thinking about it that night. I was like, dang, these boys that made me fall in love with running again. Like, and it's a good feeling. And just, people texting me talking about, we like Sole Bros are really putting us on the map, in this running space, right? Which is, has been dominated by the white community. And so, yeah, just, feels good to represent like that.
Yeah, it felt good to hear our name. One, see your name
Mhm.
called, right? And a bunch of people, yelling and screaming, and then hear Soul Bros over the microphone.
Yeah.
There were only 5 dudes running, like, and people shouting us out, and I think that's pretty dope. It's a good feeling to have. What is something you guys would have done differently? Elijah, I'll start with you. Like, what is something that you think you would do differently if you were to race that race again?
1000%, I would have hydrated more because right before the race, bro, I was so cottonmouth. Like I never really experienced that, but like the first mile, dude, I was dying for that water. And secondly, I just probably would have took it a little bit more serious than what I initially was doing. I was just thinking of it as just like a fun run, and I didn't really put myself in a mindset of like business, And then I just kind of had to switch on a fly, and I felt like that kind of put some unnecessary stress on me that I necessarily didn't have to take, but I did just because of us competing and going up the mile. uh, I don't know. I just wish I would have like mentally prepared for it a little better. But like in New Orleans, you can't
Yeah, there's no way to
train.
simulate
Yeah,
that.
you can't, and it was just brutal. But hydration and just my mental going into the race with something I would do differently.
Jody, same thing.
Yeah, definitely I would have hydrated better. Because like he said, man, you running up there, and before we even started, like you said, I was cottonmouth. I should have grabbed water before, but I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't want to put too much water in my stomach and have it sloshing around and feel heavy. So I was like, I'm gonna just thug it out. It is what it is. I'll catch something along the way. I'll catch water at one of the a few of the stations. But man, it's like you're running up there, and I don't know if it's the elevation or what, but I lick my lips, bro, and then they get right back dry. And I'm like, God damn, bro. Like pause. I ain't even have spit to swallow, bro. Like I was struggling. Bro, I was struggling. So look, I get to the first.
Hey, dog, this dude asked me, say, hey, you want to get some water? I said, hell yeah.
I'm like, look, I ain't want to get it by myself and be looking like a bitch, bro. I'm like,
I'll drink
hey,
that
you grabbing water, bro? He's
I said,
like,
yeah,
nigga, yes. I'm
yes.
like, thank God. I was like, all right, cool.
With
Boom.
that
So-
boy Craig on Friday?
Yes, bro. The water was a godsend, bro. So I hit the first one. Then by the time we got to the second one, bro, I was so out of breath, I couldn't even like fully drink it. But just swishing it around my mouth was enough to, I know it's so hard, bro.
It's
pause.
okay.
Wait,
I'm
keep finishing,
just letting it
dog.
slide.
Right there, bro.
Keep shooting.
Yeah, but
That's
that was
definitely getting
just
clipped up,
enough
son.
of that was enough to push me, to push me to the end. And then also I would say that training, like he said, there's no way you could really like replicate that. That's probably one of the highest points in the city, but just hitting any bridge, just working on running up an incline just continuously. Cause like I said, bro, that was
a mile incline though.
Yeah.
There's nothing you could do.
220 feet, bro.
Crazy.
Like that was like he said, you get to that first little kind of.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh, all right, cool. I'm like this, and like he said, you get up and you just like that shit's just like never ending, and that's what it felt like. It was like never ending. Like I'm looking up at the water station at the top, like
I felt like they was pulling it back.
yeah, like as you run up, it's like it was getting further. It's like, God damn, bro, like please just let me get to the top, you know? Yeah, bro, it was terrible. That's probably some of the hardest shit I've ever done in my life.
man. But before you go, like to even think about the incline, this motherfucker Snipe pushed the stroller.
Shout out Snipe.
Shout out the Run Session Club,
bro.
He pushed a stroller.
That's incredible. Like,
Dog,
like,
Baby had to been about 30 pounds, bro, with the stroller.
like, no, that's insane. Like, I know his triceps had to be on fire, calves, quads, like just hey.
He did an 8-minute mile.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he finished like 80th overall out of 1,700 people, bro.
1724.
With a stroller.
1724 with a stroller. Like that's crazy. That is insane, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, I would have been on the back of that stroller going down that
Yeah,
incline like a Walmart buggy.
Yeah.
Care about your child.
I do.
Son.
Oh man. Yeah, bro.
Jeremy, what would you have done differently going into
I
this?
know for sure I would have prepared differently. Like having an evening race was such a different dynamic because I still like I went to work, like trying to figure out how to not eat too much, but still be fueled enough for the race. Like I don't feel like I did that properly. I think I hydrated enough, but I don't think I ate enough food for real. But I didn't want to eat too heavy. And then, but it's like that 6 p.m. was such a weird thing because usually we 7 in the morning. Like I don't gotta manage a whole day before I race. I could just wake up, get it done, and then. So it was like that was definitely different and definitely. I would just say like I told y'all in the group, I was like I think some bridge work would have helped. Not that it would have prepared, but it was like your leg. Like we only ran one bridge day, period, like 5 times, and that was it. It's like if we did that every week leading up, we got to like even you coming down, you would have more practice.
Yeah,
coming down the incline. Because even Kwame was giving us tips on that Tuesday, and it was kind of like that did help me to have a better idea of what I was trying to get to on that decline. Because that's honestly for me, I feel like that's the more dangerous part of bridge stuff coming down. Because it's like because you automatically want to pick up speed, but can you still land properly on the way down and not overstride? Because it's super easy to overstride going down. So it's like I would have definitely did more bridge work. I definitely want to incorporate that weekly now going forward. Even though we may not do another bridge run for however long,
Ever.
like just I think that's gonna make the flat running even easier going forward.
Yeah, man. I would probably do more leg work just in the gym, right? That'd probably be the thing that I mean, Mondays now are my gym days just so I can make sure I get 2 leg days in because I just felt weak. I just felt weak in my legs. Like I can't push off. I can't accelerate. I can't get through this because I don't have enough power in my lower half. So understanding how to gain that power just on the physical side and mentally, just no way you could have prepared for it mentally. But I don't know, just being mentally strong in a race. I think that's talking to myself. Hey, push yourself, get through it, rather than allowing my thoughts to consume me at times. Like hey, it's gonna be all right. You're gonna finish it. That last bit, I ain't gonna never let that shit happen again.
Oh
yeah. Say ooh.
Oh, I was watching a video, bro. That was.
I mean, I didn't even see him.
I know.
So it is what it is. But I'll never let that happen again. Just based on that, right? Yeah, just be a little bit better about that. That's probably what I'll say.
Another thing that helped too was running with y'all on the bridge. Like when y'all came and called me, like y'all kind of like kept me going.
Pack mentality.
Pack mentality.
Bro, you answered the phone.
Oh, you did, huh?
Hey,
oh yeah, I'm running the race right now.
No, he said I'm running right now. Yeah. I'll call you back.
I was like,
yeah.
I'm like, I know this dude. They just answer the phone.
Well, I'm young and dumb, so I do dumb stuff like that sometimes.
Real quick though, when you say you'll never let that happen again,
yeah,
what exactly?
Yeah, just
running.
being not, I guess, nonchalant about something, right? Or not finishing strong because he died at the end.
Oh, he gave it. I mean, everything.
And I just I felt good. I'm like, I shouldn't feel good finishing a race.
Right.
Like I shouldn't feel.
I agree.
Mhm.
I've been doing that too. Like
Hey.
I don't feel gassed at the end, and I feel like that mean I left something.
You had
Yeah,
more
like-
to give.
One,
Right.
I think to even Elijah or even your part, Jeremy, you said like we didn't know the course, so I didn't know how far I really had to go. Although I somewhat knew, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't technically sure. I'm like, if I would have turned that corner and took off, different story. Or the initial turn of the corner and took off, different story. Or 500, 500 meters before, different story. I just got to understand like where I am. Like, all right, when you hear people or see things, take off. Whether I, if I die, I die. God forbid. Like I gotta push myself to a point where at least I'm tired at the end because I was like, all right, what's next?
Right.
Yeah.
And there was like misinformation too. It was like they on the website said it was 4 miles, and then when we did the race, it was what 3.7 or 3.75.
They said it's 6K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was looking at my watch and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta take off for a mile." But then once the guy was like, "You got 200 meters," I just took off.
Oh, I didn't even get that.
I didn't even hear.
I
none
might
of that.
run naked. When I say naked, I might run with no music from now on.
Mm-hmm.
Especially for a race.
Yeah, like I've been running with no music now just during the week. I'm like, all right, well, I'll work out with music, but I probably won't run with it. You're like, all right, hey, bro, you got to get used to this. I got to hear feet. I got to hear something. I got to hear,
Yeah.
what's around me. Yeah.
I do think it might be okay that y'all are finishing and not being like completely gassed because there's still a part of you that's trying to fill this out. You see what I'm saying? And like when you are first trying to do something and you just go all out, one, you might get injured, right? Two, you're still trying to like internally develop a certain level of confidence in this arena. And so like I do think it's actually good to kind of edge into it. And then once you have a little bit of comfortability with what you're doing, then you'll get more out of your max effort when you have that confidence along with it. 'Cause I think that's okay. That doesn't mean don't go your hardest. You know what I'm saying, in the race, but yeah, I wouldn't beat myself up about it this early. Yeah,
It's more of like a competitive thing. I feel like I was I tell myself half the time, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Like that is something that I continuously tell myself just to make sure like I'm smooth in my movements. Like I'm not like overstriding. I'm not trying to run fast. I'm just being smooth so my form can take me rather than my body overcompensate for inequities, right? And I think I just got too comfortable, and I don't ever want to feel like I'm too comfortable where something like that can happen. I know that shit happens.
So help me understand it because y'all had the same challenge in the first race. When you're getting close to the finish, right? And maybe I haven't like kind of shared any strategy on like when to start kicking.
No, you didn't.
Okay. Well, here's the session. My strategy is a relatively long kick, and when I say long, it starts around the 800 meter mark. I mean, the last mile will always come with some sort of like acceleration at the very beginning of the last mile, just because like, all right, you can see the light at the end of the tunnel. Let's start working. But like my kick and where I start really driving my form the most is about 800 meters out. Right now, that's not when I start sprinting full out. Right, that's not until the very like last 200 meters. But the last 800 meters, I'm picking people off. Right, I'm pushing hard, and the way to determine like how far out you are is just look at your watch and you know how long the race is supposed to be. Well, I mean, that is something to know, right? Know how long the race is supposed to be. Look at your watch, and when you're 800 meters out, start pushing. Because yeah, you guys shouldn't be getting caught off guard, like with like how close you are to the finish or things like that. Because it's important.
Yeah.
Because you miss out on a little bit of that extra energy you had to finish.
Well, dude was playing hooky. You know what I'm saying? Like he was playing hurt.
Dude's gonna do that out.
I was just about to say to your
defense.
Like he had completely stopped.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, he's out. It's done. You know what I mean?
He was walking at the top.
Because we had picked people off.
Yeah.
Like going down the incline. Like we were. All right, got him. Then he
passes.
stopped. Like, all right, well, that's it.
Yeah, so
ain't nobody else behind me.
Exactly. So, like you said, you're not expecting him to come.
Yeah.
Well, he gave it his all.
Oh yeah.
But didn't
Everything.
you tell a nigga something?
Yeah,
It was like, come on, bro, you got it. You got it.
Nah,
That we'll never do
Stop
that
doing
again.
that.
So you remember
We'll
when I
never do
told
that
you about
again.
that Heartbreak Hill, Brian?
Yeah.
That's the story. Nigga passed him up on the race and was like, "Good luck, man," because he just thought he beat him, and that nigga
And he
came back
got
like,
it.
and that's why it's a heartbreak.
Damn
Like he broke that
right.
nigga heart in the marathon. Not that was you.
Yeah.
No, but it was like,
Yeah,
I
Jeremy.
that was the
do
exact
remember you
type. Like that
telling me
nigga
that.
turned him.
And
That
that's
So why
turned,
you ain't tell me that story?
that turned him up though.
Oh yeah, I'm turned.
I ain't gonna lie, son. I see you on the
I'm-
side of the road. I catch you at the end.
I ain't
did
gonna say
good,
nothing.
dog.
I ain't gonna say nothing to you.
You did real.
Yeah,
No,
I'll
but
never tell nobody.
what I was
never
gonna
again.
say
Ever
was
again.
I love the races because I feel like as much as I love the competition, it exposes the weaknesses in my training, like to know, oh, I can do this better. Like I can lock in more on this in training. Like today, like I tried to finish fast to get used to like you could run 4 miles and still have enough gas to go sprint for that, whatever. Like so it's like I knew I could have did it because somebody passed me up the same way. I looked back, I didn't see nobody for like a quarter mile. I just kept the pace I was going. And the dudes in front of me, they had enough space that I was like, I'm probably not gonna catch them. So and then the dude just he had stopped too. Like I didn't see him for mad, like for the whole last mile and a half. But it was like you saying, I let that happen. Cause I'm just sitting at the pace, like it's a side. Cause I ain't gonna lie, even what you're saying, filling it out, like some of these paces, I'm not used to hitting them with this ease. So I don't think it's easy. Cause I'm looking at the numbers like, oh, we under 7 minutes. This is, but I'm like you're saying, like as I'm getting better, like I gotta be like, okay, you could go 6:30, you could get closer to 6.
Right.
Like, and even like the first mile, I felt like strategy wise, I would have came out faster, maintained up the incline, and had enough gas to push as soon as we got flat. Instead of waiting till we got to the convention center, I felt like I could have made up more ground on that start to decline than I did. Like I was like around 7:10. I feel like I could have probably went a little under 7 just to manage that a little better. So just like, okay, I know the terrain now. Like I'll know when we get to a point where I should speed up. And I know I could run 6 whatever without dying. Cause I'll be like, I don't know how long this gonna last. Cause the first mile was like 6:56. And I'm like, all right. And I didn't want gas before I got to the incline. Cause then I was like, you'll really die on that incline. Like if you're not, like you said, mentally or physically prepared for that, like some will get hurt.
Yeah. So I will say that if you're like just to help with like that like psyching yourself out based on the pace that you're running at, if you're hitting the paces in training, your body can probably do it. Right. So if you're hitting the training paces that we're setting, 7:30 for tempo runs or 90 seconds for speed work, if you're hitting that, your body has the capacity to go, sub 7 per mile, right? For 3 miles, 4 miles. And so just kind of, I would just say trust your training, because if you can manage it at practice, you at least have the capacity. Now on any given day, you may not perform at your best. That happens, but just know that it is in there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Great answers. Appreciate y'all. Want to transition to a topic, work-life balance. I guess training life balance and run life balance. I guess that'd be a better term. How have you guys been able to adjust? Some of us have kids. Most of us have some type of work. How do you kind of fit your running regimen into it all? E?
It's kind of tough, but running is something that I'm really passionate about, so I'm always gonna make time for it. But I usually do most of my runs on the weekends or like after work. Being a full time dad, a full time employee, it's kind of challenging, but you make a way.
Anybody can jump
Yeah,
in.
just jump in on it.
Yeah, it's kind of the same for me. Full time dad, working full time. I drive trucks, so I'm going all day. I start at like 9 and I'm not done till 9. So I either gotta run real early during the week. I gotta run real early, or I gotta run real late. And I just kind of, if I can get out of bed, I get up and I go hit the track or I go run to the park. Doing it in the evening is a little more easy. You know what I mean? And then on the weekend, I got my little boy, but my mom will watch him if need be, and I can get out there on the weekend and go get it. But it's just like he said, you know, if you love something, you're passionate about it, you're gonna find time. So
Nah, it'd be tough, dog. Because most of the times where it would be ideal, I'm training somebody else because that's an ideal workout time. So it's just like y'all saying, if I could catch the mornings, I prefer it.
mhm.
But then sometimes, like this week, I've been having a bunch of 7 a.m.s, and tomorrow I got to be yoga teaching at 5:45. I mean 6:45. So it's like those mornings. It's like now I got to figure out how to either catch it midday, evening, after work. Sometimes I hit laughing at like 8:30 because I train till 8, and it's like that's the last little spot. And the old dude over there be trying to kick me out because they close at 10. So, but it's like I'm gonna get whatever miles I could get, just like Kwame was saying, just like time on miles on feet per week. Like I don't want to get under a certain number. And it's like you're saying, that's my head clearing time anyway. So it's like when I don't do it, like I took Monday, Tuesday off after because 7 was a bad choice on Sunday.
Yeah, we should never do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I was tripping, dog.
It was a great. It was a great choice.
It was a bad choice. I
Great
felt like
choice.
Will Ferrell on Anchorman. So this was a bad choice, my nigga. But it was like I was really like, okay, I'm gonna take Monday, Tuesday. But I still was like, man, I wanna get back out there. So I actually got like some body work done, like a little massage for my legs earlier today, so I could be good for this evening. Cause it's like I can't, like the recovery is so important because I want to get back to my running. Like I don't want to be injured. I don't want to, cause I really want to tap in for corporate classic. Like I
Yeah,
really want to,
right.
like that's the race where I'm like I feel like we got enough time under the belt of training where we could really like
Make
you
an
know what you
impact.
could do, go
Mhm.
push. We got a good amount of time between the races this time. It's not as close as the last one, so I think we could really put them numbers
And
up.
it's flat ground.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so
like,
it's like
So we gonna
now
cut up,
running
yeah.
on flat is a like, oh, I ran across a bridge, so now
Right.
we could really tap in.
No, I wanted to look it up, but I didn't. Y'all know what it is?
He
We should
checked it
definitely
out.
do
He
that.
said, "You say you checked it."
I think it starts like right behind the city or the city park practice track, and then it's one loop. So there's no like doing a bunch of loops out there, and then you finish on the track. Yeah, the last like 400 or so meters of the race is on the track, so that's gonna be cool. I feel like it's gonna be a fast course. That's like when I looked at it, that was the first thing I thought that it's gonna be a
last lap. Last full lap on the track.
just about yeah. Mm-hmm.
What it's like, Tag Gormley?
Yeah.
Not Tad. It's gonna be
Yeah.
at
Well, we
the
ran-
practice track.
what we ran it that day.
Mm-hmm. The first workout, yeah.
Boy, don't like that track.
Terrible.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's the thing about that.
Ooh,
I'm gonna run on the grass. Not running on the track though.
I think there's some balance to it. You know what I find funny is when I thought I didn't have time. It's crazy how you make time for shit that like you like to do. And like, man, I don't think I got time to be running, running for 2 hours. But also something my daughter told me, she was like, Daddy, your attitude is better after you run,
Wow.
because usually like, especially like in the morning, that's why I usually say I got to get out there early because that'll give me enough time to get back because they won't like be up, right? Weekends, we let them sleep late. Just because I think you just should let kids sleep late on the weekend. But I'll get out there, we'll run, and I think my whole day is better because of it. My whole outlook is a little different. Like I'm not stressed out about certain things. Again, slow is smooth, smooth is fast to me. So if I start slow, everything will just run smooth. I don't have to. I got to figure this out. Figure this out. Like I think my mind slows down as well.
you getting rhythm, huh?
Yeah, man,
So-
rhythm is important, bro.
Said
Like,
that last week.
if your heart has a rhythm. If it stop beating, you die.
Trouble.
Yeah, man.
Reed?
Yeah. Speaking of corporate classic, we got about a month out. Yeah, just about
Exactly
over.
a month.
Yeah, exactly a month.
Exactly. Yeah.
So, how do you guys feel? What some times you want to put out there? Do you think there'd be more competition, right?
Is it?
Possibly. I think people like to run in the fall. It's 5Ks, easy.
City Park.
Apparently, this run, the bridge run, was the most they ever had, right? For the bridge run. This is the most they ever had. They explained in the email that if they would have left it open, they would
been
have
more.
I think they would have been plus 50%, right? They prepared for plus 20. They allowed it to get 30, but they didn't have enough like police to monitor, and they didn't pay for enough police and people to monitor that many people. So they had to stop it. I mean, people were hitting me up like before the race to see if I can help them get in. I don't know what people think. Like I got pool. I can try, I can try to make some shit happen, but hey, if they close it, they close it. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I know a couple people that was like they tried to sign up and they couldn't.
Now, I did hit up my partner that, could try to move some strings, but it is like I can't do that for everybody. But I just think that running is becoming more prevalent in the space one in the community of New Orleans. So I think that energy from the bridge run is just going to migrate over to this corporate classic, and I think we're going to see we'll have a little bit more competition than we think. I'm actually excited about it. This is where you guys can just talk.
Oh no,
This is
competition just seemed like a very strong word, but I agree with you.
Why?
Like more people is what you're saying,
Or more
like,
elite runners.
I think more runners are going to run it.
But I just feel like elite runners would have been running anyway.
Well, that's not necessarily true. Maybe they didn't prepare for a bridge.
They weren't really at the bridge run.
They weren't, because when you said all the top runners come to the front, nobody was like.
Yeah, you're right.
But
you're
I feel
right,
like
you're right.
that race might be a little intimidating. You know what I mean?
Yeah, what if you didn't prepare for a bridge? Like
Yeah, right,
we didn't prepare,
But they're smart.
but that's not.
Yeah, that's true.
We just gonna run it, right? Like maybe, like people like that. I'm like, I didn't prepare. There's nothing going to prepare me for that. I'm not gonna do that. I can see that.
But I guess when I say that, I feel like for that same reason, it's like if we run because of the group, we gonna be out there as the group too. Like we gonna perform. Like today, I was able to like Kwame slow down for me, but I was gonna keep whatever pace Kwame was trying to. I was gonna catch up. So for me, like even this past race, I could see y'all this time. I couldn't see y'all at all in the 5K. So I'm like, for me, if I could see y'all, I'm coming. I'm Cat Williams. They know I'm coming.
Right.
I know I'm coming. I'm coming, bro. Like, but you know what I'm saying? Like,
Jesus.
but I feel like the more we run, it's like those splits will get smaller. Because even Reed was closer to y'all this time than he was at the same spot. Even though we started in different ways, it was just like I think we gradually just we're gonna find. And it's like, yeah, and if Kwame not gonna let nobody just catch him. So if I see Kwame speed up, all right, it might be time to kick the gear. So I just felt like with a month of training, I think this will be the most effective training we've had in the sense of like we got actual miles under to do the work properly, and we got a whole month.
I think this would probably be our best race so far. I mean, I think all of them have been better.
Yeah, I think they've been progressively better.
But this one's a little different because I feel like I've been running in City Park for a little minute now. Like nothing's gonna surprise me about it.
Right.
Like I know where I'm at. Even if I don't know necessarily like the course, like I know where I'm at. I'm not unfamiliar. Like, okay, cool. This ain't gonna be nothing else. Just more people around. And when I say competition, it's not like I expect more runners to run.
Oh, for sure.
Rather than just people, I expect more runners to run. Because I think this race also puts you in qualification for the
Crescent
City 10K, right?
10K,
Yep.
yep.
Right, so I think people are gonna run.
Then on top of that, we've been running without really doing any like specific strength training.
Yeah.
So once we incorporate that strength training, I think that's gonna also take us over the top. A month of that.
And I got y'all this week. My bad. I didn't do my due diligence yet. I got
That's all
y'all.
good, though. It's all good.
Got
Do y'all have like any specific times that y'all are shooting for? Or you just kind of just going shot in the dark, or you just going,
I'm gonna say something to me. I'm trying to go sub 20.
Yeah.
Like,
oh, you got that.
Yeah.
You got that.
If possible, I like to go sub 19, but yeah, like I was only 25 seconds off.
Exactly.
And it was raining. Now I feel like I'm in my natural habitat of City Park because I run there quite frequently.
Right.
So 19 is possible for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot for sub 19.
Yeah.
That's what I want to fall somewhere in them 18s. I think that's possible.
Yeah.
Knocking 45 seconds off. With that training, I think that for sure. And then like you said, we run in City Park.
Yeah.
I know City Park like the back of my hand. I done run every part of City Park.
Yeah, I done
So-
parked my car a couple times in City Park.
Park your car to do what?
That's
Look at the
get some cardio in.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
look at the ducks.
Oh yeah, I like looking at ducks too.
Them
At
ducks
night-
be
at
ducking.
night?
Huh?
Looking at the ducks at night.
They be in the water, bro.
Gotta-
Bayou St. John, they be in the water, bro.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm gonna try to go. I feel like I'm gonna try to go 20 something, but I low key feel like I might be able to go. With what I've been running recently, I feel like I low key might be able to go under 20. I'm gonna see, but I want to for sure be in the 20s. But I feel like the paces I've been hitting and how I feel at the paces, I could probably go under, because I'm not gonna coast this time around. Having the mindset to work on now going forward, so I feel like that'll be my difference, man. Because I never really did, like, all of y'all competed in something, like I really never, like, my peak of baseball was 13. Like, I wasn't cold after that, so I don't really have the like, oh, people, like, if y'all notice, like, I don't know how to accept cheering. Like, it just be like, thank y'all, man. But it'd be like, I'm used to just doing everything just off the strength of like I'm gonna do it. So it's like checking into like, nah, like even Reed said, like maybe even like not running with stuff to get the full vibe. Like pick all the energy up I could get from the people around me, as opposed to I'm just in my music the whole time. Cause I ain't gonna lie, the music do help me, but it's like I don't know what not running with it'll do either. Like that might be a whole different level of, like he's saying, if I hear somebody's feet behind me, like I might hit that gear easier because I'm not just seeing somebody pass me and I can't hear nothing. It's like, oh, I could hear that. Let me pick my speed up. So I think I could go. I for sure know I'm gonna go in the 20s, but I believe I could go sub 20.
You gonna win the race this time?
I mean, yeah, it just depends.
That's the only one this nigga can go.
It just depends on how competitive it is. But I was looking at the qualifying standards for like the top waves in the Crescent City Classic, and I got to go under 1730. So that's
Getting
my
wave one.
I think that's what I saw. I saw that was the highest threshold for whatever they were setting. So
What you was 1745?
1745 at Saints 5K. So
Yeah,
it shouldn't be a problem, but I did think that was pretty steep.
That's kind of
for-
crazy, huh?
for a standard.
I was like,
So-
yeah, so I'm like,
so
what, they
I-
gonna have 2 people in there? 10 people in the way?
I haven't looked at the corporate. No, I haven't looked at the corporate classic. I don't think we should be running and listening to music. I mean, I get it from like a field perspective. It makes the running easier, but that's actually a problem. It's because running is hard, right? But like Elijah always talked about, doing hard things is how you develop like your mental strength. And when you combine something that you enjoy with something that's hard, it kind of like interferes with like the reward system in a negative way, right? So when you're running or when you're doing anything that's challenging, you're like leveling off your reward system to where what you put in, you get an equal reward for it. But when you're running and combining it with something that you enjoy, like watching TV, or not that you would necessarily be doing that, but just listening to something enjoyable, like a passive reward, and you don't have to put any effort in, but just putting your earphones in, it just distorts your relationship to the hard thing that you're doing. And so if you do find yourself not being able to compete with headphones, I don't know if there are any races. I know that in college we couldn't compete with headphones, so I never trained with them. But if we ever find ourselves in races where we have to, or we can't compete with headphones and stuff, it just might make the race a little harder. And so, yeah, I just don't recommend it.
I like just recently I stopped running with my headphones in, and I've noticed a big difference. Like I'm more in tune with my breathing or with my steps. And then also I feel like if you got like a random playlist on, you might have a song where the tempo is up here and you got a song where the tempo is down here. So it's like that's kind of encouraging your tempo, so it'll kind of throw you off a little bit. You know what I mean? I feel like that does that to me a lot. So since I've been running without it, I've just been listening to my body. And then also if a song come on and you don't like it, now you're sitting there like trying to fumble with, like I would do that a lot, bro. Like I'd be trying to change songs and just pausing it, and then I'm like, that's throwing me off my rhythm, and I feel like that's all just extra energy that's wasted.
You can make a
Yeah.
playlist.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I mean.
Oh yeah.
sure
Nah,
really
I'm all random, bro. I just
son.
straight shuffle. Go on, give me what you got, pause.
Sub 24.
Said what?
Easy,
Sub 24.
listening to music while you're doing
really
easy
tough.
running might be okay, right? When you're not having to push, right? But like just gauge that on between you and yourself, because I mean everybody's probably a little different in that regard. But if you feel like the music is helping you continue, then it might be worth running without it. Yeah.
Oh, you said if you do.
If you feel like it's helping you, yeah, you might not.
'Cause
Want
I
if you don't feel
actually-
like it's affecting you at
I
all. then-
probably train more without it than I like. For me, I could like even today, like when you saw the pieces where I would pick up,
Mhm.
it was a song, and I was like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Jeremy would randomly just like speed up for like.
But it'd be like for me, it'd be like I just need the right ball, and I'd be like, all right,
Yeah,
that's
no,
facts.
because it wouldn't be like, it would be like a 30-second burst, just like
and then I level.
I
back
had
up.
no idea what it was. I thought I was just like, all right, here we go. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know what was going on.
Yeah,
But
you got
that's why I
something.
do it. But like even with running without music, like man, last week every time I forgot my headphones, and it just was like back in the G, I would have been like, shit, we going back to the
Yeah.
crib, bro. Like can't get it in today. Dog.
Yeah.
But it's like I was like, all right.
Yeah,
I
I think that the physical adaptations are still taking place. Like right, like you're still getting stronger, you're still developing the aerobic capacity, but the mental part, which is a big part, is not being trained. And
Cause I
And-
do
and
like
that-
I think I ran every run last week without music.
mhm.
Or most of the times on the lake, I'll be listening to the audiobook. I'm not listening to
Yeah.
nothing to give me hype. It'll just be like information. So I could be just downloading while I'm on the
Mhm.
since it's a slow run.
Yeah.
You're not really trying to push
Right.
places.
Right. It's kind of off topic, but when we were talking about the bridge, it made me think about how some cross country teams would go up to Colorado over the summer, like for their summer training before their cross country season, wherever they live, just to like start developing some of those adaptations. And I think because of how we performed at the bridge run, like if we kind of next year maybe go on a trip to Colorado and do some training ahead of,
I ain't tripping.
I feel like that'd be dope.
I ain't tripping.
Learned a couple things about Colorado outside of like the thing that
Yeah, we
we're
could go see Dion. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Um,
Popping on my dog.
people that live in Colorado can outdrink us.
Oh, for sure.
I didn't know that just because the altitude, right? I think that's probably something that we can kind of benefit from just training out there. It's almost like a hyperbolic time chamber. If anybody's
Mhm.
familiar with Dragon Ball
It's
Z.
just harder to breathe.
Yeah.
Straight up.
Elijah, my bad.
Yeah,
Joey.
I'm about to say I don't think you said what time.
Yeah, you said something trash. I didn't like.
Yeah, what did
I
you
didn't
say?
like
Because
your
that was
answer.
24.
crazy.
Yeah.
Sub 24-ish.
Yeah, okay.
All right.
All right.
You know,
What that mean?
just some 24, just what I'm aiming for.
That's what you're aiming for?
Oh, you trying to be in wave 15?
Yeah.
No. We're not
I
going
got
with
you,
15.
son. I got you, son.
I might go bonkers. I just don't want to put like a time limit because now I feel like I gotta live up to the expectations. I just
Right.
wanna go out and
That's
run
why we
free.
doing this. Son. It's on wax. What you running, son?
I'm going bonkers. That's all I'm saying. Cook.
What that
Oh,
means?
bonkers.
15?
Oh no. Possibly. No, I'm not going 15. Probably like
Go 17,
For
45.
sure.
I'm looking at a
17.
number right now. I'm thinking like a 1912.
If you're gonna go 1912, you might as well go sub 19.
Yeah.
Then it's too
Yeah.
much pressure.
12
Nah, I
seconds,
feel
bro.
like
It's too
fuck.
much
12
pressure.
seconds, dog.
Too much pressure. Pause.
12
That's not.
seconds.
Not missed. I'm gonna run 5 miles after I run 7.
Bro, I'm nuts.
Cause I
I'm
like
psycho,
doing
bro.
hard stuff.
Like when I just lock something in my
Come on,
brain,
Eli.
I
Son,
just go
David.
crazy.
David would be so disappointed in you right now, son. Goggins. He would be
Goggins.
so disappointed.
that's my
He
guy.
dog.
I'll be saying that sometimes on a run. I'm like, they don't know me, son. They don't, and that will turn you up. If you say that, like, you just get angry about something. And you're just like,
That's
really
here,
don't-
dog.
like you just, it takes you to that spot, bro. Just say that. Just say they don't know me, son.
I know my boy be going through it in this.
Oh yeah, we going through it,
It's a dark
My
place.
boy
man.
Elijah be
Dark
fighting
place.
demons on that bridge.
bro. What? Yeah. Sub 24.
Come on, dog.
Sub 24.
All right.
19.
And then when I come back and I'm like,
Sub
yeah,
19.
yeah.
Yeah, sub 19.
Sub 19. I think that's solid, son.
Yeah,
Because
man.
you took off at the end.
Every race.
Is that because of what happened at the end of
Yes.
the Crescent City?
That's
the
my
Saints
punishment to
5K?
myself. Yeah.
I think you got to take the L's, dog. Like I think you gotta have the moments that you're not gonna forget.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of them. That every
Yeah,
time I
motivate
could
you. You learn from it.
Like
Burn
Reed
it.
will never.
Oh, never.
That
I know he ain't
nigga
gonna
has
never-
this. That nigga don't even know that Reed. Feel like
he don't
this.
got no idea.
He don't have a clue.
I get that boy. I get that boy a name and everything.
Reed gonna see
on a
this
villain
man.
arc.
Reed gonna recognize him before he recognize Reed, and Reed just gonna be like,
Yeah, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
he gonna be like, "Water boy."
Bro, he ran the race last year too. I saw him on the 2023.
Yeah, I'm gonna see him again.
He can't fuck with you, bro.
Reed that type of nigga bib number in to find his information out.
Now he got-
Follow my boy on the
So
ground.
he
Yeah.
typed his bid number in to get all his pictures. He printed the pic. They on the wall. now.
I told my boy, son,
on
every
the
morning,
screensaver.
son.
No, the screensaver. The kids on the
Say,
screensaver.
who's that, Dad? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Don't worry about it.
Con. Don't worry about that.
Don't
Not
worry
yet.
about it.
I'll tell you about it.
I'm gonna tell you about it after November, dog.
We are officially an hour into this podcast.
Wow.
Didn't-
Man, that's good.
Anything else before we get out of here? Anything else? No.
Story
I-
time?
huh? What?
Said story time.
Story time. You got a story? What you got? Go ahead.
All right. So last night. Yeah. So it was like 10 o'clock. You know, leaving the CBD, heading home, and I'm on magazine, about to, get onto the highway, and in the left lane, it's a dude laying down, face down, not moving. And I'm slowing down as I'm getting closer. One, just trying not to run over him. And it's a person in a wheelchair kind of next to him. And so, it was dangerous enough to where I was like, let me pull over and see if your boy's good. So I pull over, get out the car, walk over, and dude is not moving, like legit not moving. I think I saw him like doing it, doing one of these. And but I asked the person in the wheelchair, like, what happened, and he was just like, I don't know. He just collapsed. He was pushing me, and he just collapsed. And so for whatever reason, the person in the wheelchair just kind of left. And so I'm like, all right, well, I don't want to just leave this man laying here, possibly dead in the middle of the road right here. So I call 911, and they're asking me all the questions, asking me where I'm at. I tell them, but then as I'm on the phone with them, I see like a couple cops drive by at the next block. Still laying there in motion, not moving at all. And so like I'm standing in the lane to make sure no other oncoming cars run over him, but at the same time trying to go flag down these cops. And so eventually there's like enough of a gap between him and the oncoming traffic. So I run like 2 blocks to the cops. I'm like, hey, it's a dude over there, passed out, not moving. The person he was with left. I don't know what's going on. They're like, oh, okay, let's go see what's up. So they start walking, and we get 1 block away. And they're like, where's it at? Because I guess I had run pretty far. I didn't realize. And they're like, oh no, we're gonna have to go get the cars. Like, we can't walk this. I'm like, this dude, I'm saying it's a dude that's in the middle of the road, like might be dead. Just we're gonna have to go. All right. So I then I run back, and when I get there, he's not there. I'm just like, where could this man have gone? He was just now low-key might have been dead in the middle of the road. So then I see a dude slightly further in the distance limping. I'm like, oh, that must be him. I'm like, dang, he must have got like run over, that like woke him up, and now he's just trying to get back right. And so I'm asking him questions. I'm like, hey, bro, what's going on? Everything okay? You good? He's like, hey, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, bro, you like 5 minutes ago, you was just like laying down in the middle of the road. He's like, oh, no. He's like, and again, I'm still trying to process everything. Like, I'm on the phone with the cop. I'm waiting on these other cops to come. He's kind of out of it, like drunk, something like that. And eventually I understand what he's saying to me. And he was telling me that he was just trying to get out of pushing that person in the wheelchair.
That's crazy.
He said he'd been pushing her all day. and like,
And
so
his only solution was
when
to
I
pass out
down
in the middle of the street.
when I downloaded that, once I understood what he was saying, I was like, wait, so you telling me that you pretended to collapse in the middle of the road just to get out of pushing. Exactly. That's what I've been trying to tell.
Why? The fact that he was explaining to you like you were the police.
Yeah. No, and then no. So then when I told him I had called the police, he's like, "Great, perfect." Like I tell him I'm over here. Like I'm like, so you want me to tell him that you just pretended to be dead? And he's like, "Yes." Tell them. So I got to walk over to these cops.
What?
And tell them that this man was capping. Like he wasn't really out of it.
Really a good
And,
Samaritan, son.
I would have got in my car so fast.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I
for
wouldn't have
sure.
had no more conversations.
Future references. Just keep going.
My name Paul. That's
Just,
on y'all.
just keep going,
Stay in
dog.
your car, son. It's
Yeah.
dangerous out
Pushing.
there.
Keep it pushing.
Oh man.
Nah, man.
I
Nah,
don't know,
you did
man.
good by
Like,
stopping.
You're a
coulda
good
got run
man, son.
over. Huh?
You're a good man, son.
Matter of fact, dude,
Keep doing good, bro.
dude at this tailoring shop that I work at, he was explaining to me about a situation somewhat similar to that. He goes on walks at like 4 a.m. every morning. He said he wears the same thing. Like he was in the military, so that's like how he moves, right? And one morning, and he wears like a light on his head, because it's pretty dark. So he said one morning he was walking, and some dude was like in the street, laid out. Like you can tell, and then it was another dude standing over him. And as he just continued to walk, somebody screamed out like, "Hey, help!" Because something like that happened. You're like, that ain't my business. But that was like his path. So he just kept walking. As he got closer, he can see the dude in the street like had blood all over him. And the dude standing over him had blood like on his leg. He was like, "Hey man, what y'all got going on over there?" He's like, nah, man, he playing. Dude on the ground, like, "I ain't fucking playing. I ain't fucking playing. He trying to kill me. He trying to kill me."
Nigga say he playing.
So
Nigga got a whole
No, I ain't
knife.
gonna lie. If I saw blood, I wouldn't have walked up.
This man got a
So-
murder weapon and say he playing.
So he again, my partner in the military, so he got his gun on him, and he like, "Hey man," so he cock it, you hear it, dude take off running. So as he gets closer to the dude, he can see all his face all scraped up, blood everywhere, his elbows all messed up. He called the police, and he was talking to him, like, "Hey bro, like what happened?" He was like, "Man, that motherfucker was trying to kill me." He was like, "He came out of nowhere." He said, you walk through here every morning. The only reason I knew is because you had the same thing on and you had that light. So that's why I called out to you." And he was like, "Dang, just being in the right place at the right time, I think I saved this man's life." Because
That's
He
crazy.
overslept or something, like that's crazy.
what if he just didn't go
Just
one morning?
decided, yeah. Damn.
Man,
No, we just playing.
I ain't gonna lie, running save lives, man. Running and walking sound like it saved lives, man.
Nah, facts.
You
And
caught the
in
police because you
multiple
run.
ways.
He saved a nigga life because he was walking.
bro, he tell the story
Mindset of
like
life,
tap in,
man.
bro.
it's a little deeper, but like, man, I'm like, damn, bro, like what if you just was like, I ain't going today.
I'm gonna chill and brew me a cup of coffee or something.
Just
Just
say-
just
Nigga
that's
said
damn.
He playing.
He playing.
Nah, he playing.
Nigga,
No,
what?
nigga, help me. We're not playing, bro.
He said, "Nah, I'm not playing."
Come get him, please.
How you
bro.
in the middle of an attempted murder? He playing.
That's
That's your thought?
the best you can come up with.
Like he gonna just be like, "Oh, all right, cool, all right, my bad. Yeah, y'all go ahead on continue."
That shit
Like,
wild,
nah,
bro.
bro, that don't work like
That's
that.
a good man, son. Cause I ain't gonna lie, son. That sound like I need the dip.
Sound like
That sound like a I need the dip type situation. Oh, he got blood, and he got blood on him. All right,
yeah, that
y'all.
thing on him. He wasn't sure.
Shoot back to the crib. Yeah, he had the thing on him.
So
Yeah,
that changed the whole story. Yeah, yeah.
my boy about to John Wick my
Oh,
son.
yeah, the facts.
You can say.
Damn.
So I think that's the end of story time.
Yes.
That's the end of our time. We appreciate y'all for, if you've got to this point, thank you for listening to the Sole Brothas podcast. Again, I'm Jared. This is Jeremy, Elijah, Kwame, Jody. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate the people that pulled up and started talking to us after the race too. Shout out to our people from Soul Session. Oh, no, Run Session Club.
Yeah.
It's Soul Session when we went them. It's always been good vibes. We'll continue to do that. Get out to Slidell if y'all haven't had a chance. Get out there, fellowship with them, run with them. It's always a good time. Anything else before we get
Before we go,
Guys,
real.
oh,
Go ahead.
Oh no, you go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
oh no, I was just gonna say we got Soul Sundays
Mhm.
every Sunday at the lakefront. A little yoga after I run.
What
Remember
time?
you? We'll be starting promptly at 7 a.m.
Mm.
We would prefer you to be there earlier for your warm up,
Mhm.
but we will be starting at 7. And we would love to have you.
Yeah. Don't you got something coming up?
The Fried Chicken Fest.
Yeah, say it again.
Oh yeah, so we're gonna be hosting. Bear's gonna be hosting the official Xavier Dillard homecoming run club meetup.
Talk a
Mm.
little louder,
Homecoming
son.
Run Club meetup.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 1925 Society, the alumni brand for Xavier, reached out, asked if we could put something together for health for homecoming, and that's gonna be November 9th, 9 a.m.
Mm.
City Park, right in front of Noma.
That Soul Brothers will be there.
Sole
Yeah.
Brothas gonna be there. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
We're pushing pace.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be after the race too.
I
Yeah.
think it would be cool too if we do like a do some sort of social media promo.
Yeah.
That will
Mm.
be there.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Mhm.
Look over at me, huh?
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
motherfuckers
that's gonna be
ain't
fun.
shit.
I think that's gonna be fun. I think people gonna pop out for that.
Oh yeah.
I think so too. Xavier has a good homecoming ambiance. Let's
You
say
wouldn't
that.
know, huh?
No, I went to UL. Had a great time.
Homecoming's great.
Oh yeah.
Had a
I've only
great.
missed.
Now you will.
I might only miss like one or two.
To what?
And
Homecoming.
homecomings.
Oh, y'all's
since I
homecoming?
graduated.
Oh, y'all have like a basketball homecoming, which is crazy to me. It's like
We ain't got a football team.
I understand. I was like, dang, that's wild. But it seemed like a good time though.
Yeah, I mean,
Great time.
game
Nigga
is what
said
it
a
is.
basketball.
All right, that's the end of the podcast. That's a wrap.
That's bad funny, dog. I went to Southeastern, so we done lost our homecoming. This is all right. So
Hey, listen, but
having a football
the
team-
homecoming fire though.
Yeah, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Homecoming
Having
fire, though.
America is a place you need to.
Nobody care about the game.
Yeah, I'm about to
like
say,
that.
so it's not a big deal. It just
Right.
sounds crazy.
Nah.
Verbally.
He said verbally.
Nigga said a basketball.
So Bear Health will be with the 1925 Society will be
Yes, sir.
connecting on a run day on is it Saturday or Sunday?
Run club meetup.
Run club meetup.
Yeah,
Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Saturday. Yeah,
Saturday,
Saturday
November
We're also
9th.
doing a challenge with a steps challenge with the alumni versus the current students.
Okay.
And we're going to be giving away $1,925.
Let me hold something.
You got to
That's
be
what
an alumni of Xavier.
You got to be in the
Oh,
1925
I
You
Society.
got to be in 1925 society.
Okay,
yeah,
I
so you
got
either
you,
gotta
I
be a
got you,
current
'cause
student or
I'm
alumni.
also alumni
Yeah. Is that right?
of a school.
No.
Of a school. Not
Yeah,
Xavier.
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
Again, appreciate y'all for watching. Hopefully, if you got to this point, got some valuable information from this podcast. We hope to kind of put these out bi-weekly as they put their shades back on. Again, I appreciate y'all for watching. We're the Soul Brothers. Peace.
Ciao.